I finally convinced YouTube to let me have my streaming privileges back. I'm gonna wear my Jughead hat here. So see who shows up. Yeah, it took a bit of convincing. I don't think it so much took convincing. I was just pushy. I was pushy, and I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And I kept contacting customer service at YouTube, and I think they finally were just like, "Hey, guess what? Screw it. You can have your permissions back." So I got the message that after my last, get this here, set it for all messages. So I basically, I was like, I just kept harassing them and harassing them and harassing them. I'm trying to get this set up here. Let's see here. So I literally was hitting up the YouTube support chat for, I think I did it 4 times yesterday, and I did it twice today before I went out for a job interview. And then I did it a couple more times, and I just got an email, and they were like, "Hey, guess what? We've changed our mind. You don't have to wait a week." So it's no longer a week. I am still going to show some of the things that I was talking about in the video that got us shut down, but I'm not going to have the firearm in it. So we did a whole video about, I'm really tired, by the way. I started a live feed, and it was supposed to be about stuff that is gift ideas for your weirdo that aren't necessarily knives. We all know that knives are a good Christmas gift, but there's a lot of things out there that just are things that you can give to pretty much anyone on your gift list. There's a lot of things. Let me lift this chair up. I'm going to sit for this one because, well, I'm tired. I've been on my feet since 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. There's dog hair. My dog was laying on his hat, and I moved it around, and there's just dog hair everywhere. So one of the categories, Bubbles, Machine Co., is one of your products. I'm just showing it because I know we got lazy and stopped making them. Haptic fidget spinners. I got some flashlights. I got some other knick-knacky things, but there's all kinds of stuff you can get for your friends. I do have a couple knives that I recommend. For you know, everybody has those friends that it's just really easy to buy for them because, you know, Christmas and knife guys. So it's really easy. So there's a lot of stuff out there. I want to do this one first. This is what I was showing, but I had the actual firearm for it, and I still have holsters and stuff, but I'm going to talk about this. Holsters, if you have a friend, if you have a friend that is into firearms, a good holster, knowing what firearms they have, getting them a good holster for their pistols is always good. I recommend 1791 gun leather, and there's a website called Craft Holsters, and they basically make custom holsters for whatever firearm you want, and you can get them in different configurations and things like that. So, oh, I got to do something real quick. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I forgot to do something real quick. I got to go in the house real quick to do it. And if you hear any noise or anything, my wife is home and she may be in and out, but I forgot to grab this, my allergy spray. Oh, the dog ate a cucumber. There's cucumber all over the floor. Disgusting. I have allergies. And I'm going to tell you right now, this stuff is amazing if you have allergies. I've moved on to bigger and better 2A products. People don't buy fidgets. You'd be surprised. I think we were just, I don't think they were I didn't think you did a good job marketing them. I can help if you still have a bunch of them. So Bubbles has a bunch of his Machine Co. Fidget spinner things. So at any rate, if you have friends that have firearms, it's always a good idea to find them some good gun leather. And 1791 gun leather and Craft holsters are absolutely amazing. They provide really, really good products. They're easy to work with. You can get whatever you want, and things like that. So These are what I was showing when the feed got taken down. Unfortunately, I had an actual 1911 on this. These are modular pistol stands. So if you have a friend that's into firearms, you want to get them something for Christmas, you can get these at Otter Arms. And as you can see, you can get them customized. I have 3 of these. This one is the custom one with my logo on it. If you upload a file, my buddy will make these. It's over at Otter Arms, O-T-T-E-R. It is right here on this, Otter Arms. And these are really cool because you have a bunch of different ways that you can store your firearm if you want. Some people have display cases with firearms. This would be something, and it is something that when I'm here, firearms sits on it. O-T-T-E-R, not S. It's a barrel mount. And the nice thing is, if you have multiple calibers of firearms and you want to be able to just like have a different one on your bedside every night, I don't know, or if you like have them in different places, you can order these with a spot for a reload that he calls a sidecar. They have multiple different, like it's just a big well that's on there, and it has this piece that goes over it, and you can absolutely put different tops on this to fit the magazines for the firearm, right? So like if you have a 1911 mags don't fit in this, and they would just sit there so you have a reload. And then this is a barrel mount. They simply, they're stiff, they're meant to be, but this simply is a slide in piece, and then you just push it into place. It locks in with friction, and then you can barrel mount a firearm on that. And then if you decide, these are removable as well. And you can see the caliber marked in the bottom of the well of this. It says 45 ACP. Down in there, you guys aren't being able to see it, but this is for the 45 ACP. They just stick in. It's a 2-piece thing. This one's in 40. But you can also, if you have a display case, and guys, if you're here, 17 of you, drop a couple likes. I apologize. We were going to do this on Tuesday, and I got yelled at by YouTube. This is a Magwell mount. So if you have a gun store or if you have a display, you can simply put a Magwell mount in, set your firearm on it, and then display it. Like I said, if you have a gun store, you may want to order a bunch of just the generic ones and then have a bunch of these. So if you have like a row of firearms that are like on display for a sale or something like that, you can simply get Magwell mounts for all kinds of different firearms that you sell, and then you can just keep these up there, and then you can just swap out this piece. They are touchy to get in and out. You just swap out this piece for a different model for Magwell mount, and you can have them on display on your top shelf of your gun store. I don't like the Magwell mount personally. He sent it to me for the specific purpose of me showing. I always go with barrel mount because I want my firearms ready to go and use. You can't have a magazine in if you're using the Magwell as a mount. But like I said, they are done in a fashion that you can get them. Like he has different designs. He has different types of designs. You can send him a design like I did, and he just converts it in, and it's not in the material. It is a raised 3D print on top of it. Now that spot right there is where I left I left this on and put it on the mount, and it melted a little spot on it. But hey, still perfectly serviceable. These things are great. I can't recommend them highly enough. I have a coupon code of crazysharp over at Otter Arms. If you are interested, you can pick one up there. And like I said, they are easy to use. It's a friction, and it's pretty, but I mean, it's a really unique concept. Now the barrel mounts, as you can see, gets used a lot more than this. So these have more, they've broken in. So these are in and out a little bit more. Hey, Mark Andrews, backyard wiffle ball. So yeah, these get used a lot more. And like I said, it's Otter Arms. Go give my buddy Jesse some love and make his holidays. It's pretty quick turnaround on these. It's just him and his wife. She runs it at home. He does it part-time. He does have a full-time job, but it does not, as long as he's not backlogged, it shouldn't take too long to get these done. And I think he has just, like, he would make your base plate, and then he usually has a bunch of the accessories pre-printed. So it's just making the base plate. But yeah, and they don't rock or tip or anything. I will say they are done as a 3D print. So I would not leave them sit in the sun. I did that with one by accident, and it warped. But I mean, he replaced it with this one. So there you go. Those pistol mounts. And then, like I said, good holsters and gun leathers for guys that you know. And like I said, if you know what firearms they have, or if you have contact with their significant other and like, hey, what would he want a holster for? Perfect way to just give one of your weirdos a nice little Christmas gift. I have a headache. This might not be as long of a video. My allergies are really bad. So yeah, those are really cool. And then he also does Otter EDC, same guy, different website. It's on Etsy. Otter EDC. He does these 3-piece haptic fidget toys. We're going to talk about a few of them. You can pick these up from there. I believe that my coupon code might work there as well. crazysharp, all one word. These are really cool. They come with inserts that if you don't like the clickety-clackety, which I don't understand why you wouldn't want that noise. Like, that's the whole thing. If you're in my studio when I'm editing a video, there's a reason that it's here, because it's on my workbench all the time. By the way, guys, if you see me wince occasionally, it's because prototype bit me. The prototype of my knife bit me, and it bit me pretty good. I will say it's not as sensitive as it could be, because the last time I cut my thumb really well, if you remember, I jammed about damn near ½ inch of a large knife at the heel, at the ricasso, into my thumb, and it caused enough nerve damage that it didn't hurt anywhere near as bad, because, well, I couldn't feel it. So there is, as my buddy Tino said, fucking way to find a silver lining. So yeah, it is still a little bit tender. So yeah, Otter EDC, you can pick these up. He's got different patterns. There's a 2-piece, there's a 1-piece. They are really cool. I mess with mine all the time. If you work in an environment where you work around a lot of metal shavings, maybe not something you want to put in your pocket, because you're just going to have metal dust all over your pants, and it will get in. But like I said, when you get them, you can put spacers in here so that you don't hear the magnets rattling around. You can hear the magnets in that. If you don't like this style, this like 3-piece like stack style, Focus Works, Jordy over at Focus Works, my friend Jordy, really, really nice guy. He makes what's called the Drifter coin set. This has the same overall thing. It's just a 2-piece. The magnets are loose in there. I don't think, was there a 7.7 just now? Because I didn't feel a thing. I saw that they had a tsunami warning earlier, and then they canceled it. So I believe that was a while ago. It wasn't just now. It's been a couple hours ago. Blade length. Okay, so I don't have the specs because I allowed them latitude to make this into a larger version. I don't have the specs. I got a ruler. Where's I got a little tape measure. I got to tell you, I'm not real great at measuring things. I have dyslexia and I get measurements all screwed up. So blade length on this is just about, so blade length from just about 4 inches. They are it is a fairly long blade. This is a larger knife. So blade length on it is coming in just at, I'm sorry, 3 3/4-ish. So your overall length is just at 9 inches. So it's a 9-inch overall knife, 3 3/4-inch blade. It does have a very large choil. I don't hate that. So really, really good. And that's how I cut myself. They're so smooth that it came down and it dropped on my thumb. Can you see how it lines up? It dropped on my thumb and I yanked back because I felt it hit my thumb. And right there, that's when I screwed up. And I was like, oh, I would have had a much less of a severe cut if I had just like stopped and pulled the blade up. But you know that instinct when you felt something sharp start to cut you and you're like, oh, and then I yanked and I'm like, yep, that really cut me. So it's fairly deep. It's fairly deep. It's currently not bleeding because it's jammed full of liquid bandage. I'm pretty sure my headache is a combination of allergies, the fact that I'm getting a little bit sick, and I've only had 1 cup of coffee today. So next, okay, so here's another one. So Machine Co. Ty over there at Machine Co. said he's still got like 40 of these. These are another little fidget toy. If you don't want something like that, you can set this down. This gets played with a lot when I'm editing because I can just do this. That's it's 2 mechanical keys set in aluminum. Mine has my channel logo on it, lasered into it. These are cool. I really like this. He may have, and I don't want to speak out of turn. You're just going to have to kind of go over to Machine Co. and talk to him and see if he's even still got it. This is the Haptic magnetic domino. So it's a magnetic domino. This is part of my grading scale of knives. Yep or nah. Those, you see this in the videos all the time across the top. Is it a yup or a nah? Right there. 9 times out of 10, it's a yup. I'm critical about knives, but there's, like, I know that I'm critical, so usually they're still a yup, even though I find negative things about them. So those are really cool. I like a lot of the fidget toys. I dig it because I do have ADHD, and it does help with the fidgety, like, nutsiness that your brain, like, I used to do when I would be focusing on something. Like if I was trying to focus on something that I was listening to not get distracted, I would do a Rubik's Cube. I would solve a Rubik's Cube while I was listening to online training or something like that. And I would do a Rubik's Cube and I would just do it. Then I would shuffle it up, then I would do it. And I don't even know, I had like 2 or 3 Rubik's Cubes. I don't know where they're at. So stuff like that. You can go to, I don't know if they're going to have these this year, Zero Foxtrot, which you see a lot of Zero Foxtrot stuff on my channel because one of the paying members sends me a lot of Zero Foxtrot stuff. These are dice done by Zero Foxtrot. So instead of dots, they're the ace of spades on it. I love these things. They sit on the top up here. I wish I had more of them because I have some dice games that it would be nice to have, you know, the cool kind of not your average little dice in the thing, but they're really cool. Just all black dice. So the ones are just skulls with the Zero Foxtrot logo. It says Zero Foxtrot on it, and then it's ace of spades for the rest of them. It says Zero Foxtrot on a couple of the faces. Says it there. These are cool. I use them in my jackpot game that I play. I need to put them back in there. I got them out for something. So, who else here, guys? Like, drop a. Let me know where you're at and what you're carrying. What are you carrying for EDC today? What are you carrying for EDC? Because I got some EDC friendly items. There are going to be a couple knives in this. And I have news for you. I'm tired. It's hard to focus. I'm waiting on this Rockstar to kick in. I just picked up a Monterey Bay Knives Old Guard. Nice. Outdoors 55 dropped not too long ago, so it'll be a bit. Oh, I know. I saw that he tagged me in it. So we may see some people showing up from over there, but it's been out for a little bit, so. That's that 2 p.m. Rockstar I'm drinking. It's going to be like, it's not going to start to take effect till like 4:30, and then I'll be like, I'm so sleepy. Then the sun will go down. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, now I'm awake. The I like all of the Monterey Bay knives. I like all of their stuff. Everything that Monterey Bay Knives has done. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This might not be a long. I have a call. Scab is going to give me a call. Scab over at Quireberry Cutlery is going to give me a call later. So if this ends abruptly, it'll be because Scab called me, and I definitely want to talk to him. But I'm really happy that we got it figured out so that I mean, I basically just spammed the YouTube support tab, like, hey, I didn't get it. I was like, yeah, I know I violated the rules. I'm sorry. I didn't fucking know there was a difference between recorded videos and live feeds, and I wasn't manipulating a firearm and da 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 da. And I just kept doing it. I was like, but like, you're telling me it's a week. They told me I wasn't gonna be able to live feed again until Tuesday next week, and I was like, look, that's some bullshit. I know I like to keep it family friendly on here, but I was like, that's some bullshit. I didn't get a strike. I got a warning, and now I can't. I was like, now I can't live feed. I don't see that as fair. Is the Camelus Swedge knife a good gift? I don't like a lot of the Camelus knives. So yeah, I did wake up this morning with a really, like, a sore throat, tickle, a little bit of a cough, and I can't breathe. And now I have a headache, so which leads me to believe that either I don't have enough caffeine or I am getting sick, one of the two. So, yeah, the haptic fidget spinners, these things they're not even spinners at this point. These are just like coins. The cool thing about this one you have to, if you don't want to hear all that clickety clackety of the magnets inside, right? If you don't want to have to hear that, you got to put spacers in it, which means you got to take the top and the bottom apart. On this one, all you have to do is tighten these down. See how that turns? The more you tighten it down, the less noise it makes. So you can tighten it down to where, I'll show you. You can tighten it down to where it really doesn't make any noise. Because I got news for you. I would take this to work for me when I was working at the security job before I got laid off. That'll drive somebody crazy in an enclosed space. It literally could drive someone insane. It doesn't bother me at all. I could do that all day. But I have done it in the house, and it absolutely drives my wife insane. And she's like, put that thing away. Put it away. Put it away. She put it away or lose it. And I'm like, that's all you do. So she does not like the, so you guys know I have an exogravity knife. As a matter of fact, I think it's right here. Yeah, I have an exogravity knife. And when I first brought this home, after a day, she was like, that's not allowed in the house anymore. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Because I got to take this off. This hat is not, it's not comfortable. It's itchy. This hat is itchy. I won this at Cedar Point, Ohio at a game. The wife and I went and we won a bunch. I won like 2 or 3 goofy hats at a game on the boardwalk area, the midway area of Cedar Point Amusement Park in Ohio, years and years and years ago, when the wife and I were first married, the first trip we ever came from Japan. It's itchy and it's old, and that's part of the reason it's itchy is because it is old, and I think it might be wool. I'm not sure, but it's itchy. And but I've kept it around for a long time because it's just something fun and goofy. I won her a full-size, like, great big bird hat. So I'm switching hats. Not a big bird hat, but an actual, like, stuffed big bird. It was a big one. So Yeah, Cedar Point's amazing. It's America's roller coaster. They have some of the best roller coasters. So if you don't know what Cedar Point is an amusement park where they have always got the longest, the tallest, the fastest roller coaster. Like that's been their thing for years. They have always had the fastest and all these crazy. They had one called the Demon Drop. It was the first like really tall free fall roller coaster, and they had one of the first indoor dark ride roller coasters outside of Disneyland and things like that. But at any rate, where's my actual? I got to grab my other sandals. I'm wearing my outdoor yard sandals in the studio. They're not as comfortable as my indoor ones. I get on roller coasters, yes. I mean, I'm a big dude. There's a lot of roller coasters I do not fit on. I have been told several times, like, sir, I'm sorry, you can't ride this. There's a couple rides at Knott's Berry Farm that my daughter and I go to that I can't ride. Like, I can't get on them. Like, trying to get me on a ride, and the attendant's like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't let you ride this. Like, why? It's like, she's like, I think 6 foot is the tallest you can be to ride this roller coaster. And he's like, how tall are you? I'm like, I'm 6'3". He goes, yeah, it's not happening. He's like, not only can I not let you ride it because you're too tall, he's like, you're not going to fit. Like, we're not going to be able to shoehorn your big ass in there. I'm not a little guy. So, yeah, we talked about these. I like I said, if you like these, I like this one. It's really cool. This is another one that Ty over at Machine Co. made. This was his Halloween one. Stay humble, earn respect, earn humble, stay respect. Hey, it's got a yep or a nope. It's all magnetic. I like this one a lot. Like I said, it's part of the thing. And then if you can find one of these, I don't know what the website is that my friend got it for me from. This is a really cool little thing. You fill this with Orbeez from the bottom. It's got a little spot. You twist this, pull it out, and then you fill it with Orbeez, and then you pull that pin. There's not like a spring or anything that flips the spoon off. The spoon stays on, but it slings open and it throws Orbeez everywhere. So if you got somebody that you want to irritate, you get one of these, you fill it with Orbeez, you take the pin, you walk by their cubicle and you toss it in, and it throws Orbeez everywhere, and then they have to clean that mess up. Or if they complain to your boss, you have to clean that mess up. And then you just simply, I gotta put this back together. You simply clamp these all back down all the way, and then put the pin back in. And I was like, this came from one of you guys. I can't remember who sent that, but this is now also part of the grading scale. Is it a yup or a nup? Well, I think you should pull the pin on it, and then that's. I like doing goofy stuff in the videos, and especially I like incorporating things that you guys have sent me over the years. I've got a lot of stuff here. You guys know Broccoli Skull is very dusty. Broccoli Skull came from one of you guys. It's a constant companion here on the workbench filming area. He's dusty, very, very dusty. I'm gonna have to do that later. Just dusty. I've got stuff that people sent me. This is probably the coolest fishing lure I've ever seen. This is a fly fishing lure that a guy named Dwayne Smotherman made for me and put on the channel. And I mean, it is absolutely as detailed of he makes custom fishing flies. And so this is on the workbench and stuff like that. It's always good. Like when you guys send stuff, if a subscriber sends something to the channel, it doesn't just like it's never just going to go away. It's always going to be here. So if you guys have sent something to the channel, just have faith and know that it's here somewhere. Like the guy that sent me the rubber chicken. You guys have seen it. Had its dust everywhere now off of that Can you see all of it? That's all off of the, I'm gonna have to wash that. So all that stuff is there. At any rate, more Christmas gifts that aren't necessarily knives. And like I said, I don't think it's gonna be a long one. I'm pretty tired. And I gotta figure out what video is gonna go up tomorrow and do a thumbnail. There are a few things that I really think are cool. There's some like goofy, like weird gadgety things that I've got, and I have a couple of them, but I can only find one. I have a couple of really cool like tool set things that that have come in, and I can't find the other ones. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have tools and things like that, but this one really stuck out. This is, and I have the case for it. I have the actual case for it. I think it's right here. So this came in a really cool case, so you guys can see how it was packaged and everything. But this was the Otacle D2, and it's an Olight product. And so it came in its own little, like, really cool case and all that, but it is a titanium and carbon fiber bit driver, and the bits are all in it, and it's got this sliding top. So it is kind of fidgety. This is why I'm throwing it in kind of into that whole area with the fidget toys, because this is also magnetic and it has a lock on the back. It has a small little set screw in here to keep it from sliding all the way off. And you can carry this in your pocket, and you've got two spots. You've got a spot for a bit that goes, well, here, I'll show you. We'll just pull out the Phillips slash flathead. It's a magnetic chuck bit driver. This one currently in it is flathead or Phillips. And if you need a little bit more torque, you can put it in here as well, and then use that and crank down on it. And it's really cool. To give you an upfront and honest, it is very limited on the bits that are in it. And I have yet to find replacement bits, because for me, what I need it for, I really can't do a lot with. It's only got two size torques in it. It has a T6 and a T8, I believe. T6 and T8. So this is the only Torx bits that are in it, but the chuck size is unique. And I haven't found any replacement bits. And the ones that I did find that were in a size were too big to fit in the little compartment. So just be advised, if you do get one of these, it has kind of a limited thing. Now, I will say it comes in handy because I should have them now. My reading glasses. I buy reading glasses all the time, and a big problem with the ones I buy, because I keep buying the same ones because they're cheap. I buy 5 at a time. The right hand, the earpiece on the right hand side, the screw just keeps coming undone, and then they come apart. And so this has got the right sized Phillips head for glasses, and it also has the right side Phillips head for taking out the screws I needed to take out of my PS5 to put in the hard drive that my buddy bought me. That is, I can get to that, but I threw it the last time I saw it. I threw it somewhere. I know where it's at. It's underneath. Winston, you've been here. You know the butcher block cabinet that the PS5's on? I threw it up under there. Hang on a second. Let me get it. It didn't go anywhere. Even though it's a piece of shit, it was a gift from our friend there. This is the dumbest thing. Don't ever get this. Just don't get this as a gift. I absolutely don't recommend this. This is the dumbest product ever done. I did a video about this. It is a way to carry your knife in the most dangerous way possible. Go find the video I did about this. Is the Merlin by CRKT. And what you would do is you would put this on your belt, and then you would put the blade. Do I have a knife that will fit it? I don't want to put a good knife in it and wind up. Here's the thing. So what you would do is you would put your blade in there like that, right? And then you would, how do I even, I'm trying. So you put the blade in like that, and then you would put the handle on that, and then have that on your belt. Does the 940 fit it? I don't know. Let's see. This is the dumbest thing ever. It doesn't fit. The 940 blade is too thick. 940 blade is way too thick, which is another thing you should never buy as a Benchmade 940 or any of the Benchmades. But you basically you would put the knife in and then put this inside the handle and then wear that on your belt with your knife partially deployed like that. And it doesn't fit real well. It's meant for CRKT knives, which, let's be honest, who the fuck's going to buy those anyway? And it would your handle would lock in. And obviously I don't have a knife that it fits because this is not a CRKT. It's just the dumbest thing anyone's ever sent me, really. I have like this, I have more use for the rubber chicken. But that's the lamest demonstration. Well, that's because it's the lamest thing that's ever been brought. That's not how it works. It doesn't. Some people say, well, that's not how it's supposed to work. But that's exactly how it's supposed to work. And as you can see, it only works with specific knives from a company that really most people shouldn't buy knives from. I have heard that CRKT is bringing back quality to their products. So, and guys, if you're here, please drop a like. So yeah, the fidget stuff, those are pretty cool. Another thing that is kind of like a niche product, and I have to admit, for honing touch-ups between sharpenings, would a 4,000 grit ceramic stone be better or worse than a ceramic rod? I don't recommend either. Your first step should be trying to use just a leather strop. One big fit. Oh, that I just jammed. That sucks. Remember I said I got to stop bleeding because I jammed that flap into the cut on my thumb. And so that liquid bandage that was keeping it from bleeding no longer is effective. That did sting. That did sting. I recommend a good strop, which this was one we were going to talk about in a little bit anyway. Just get a good strop. This one is not loaded. You can get pretty far with a non-loaded strop. This is the Hutzel's brand. This is the Hutzel's brand. It comes with a rough suede side and then a finished leather side, and it's really, really... That's the whole channel, William. Maybe you have found the wrong channel for you. The majority of the stuff on the channel is knives. So a strop is a good gift item for somebody in your life that has a lot of knives and things like that. These are not that expensive. You can use my Amazon store to find these. I did a video about this specific strop here not long ago, and they're really simple to use. These are nice. I was surprised for like the price. This is the best production. This is the best production strop I've seen. No, I cut myself with a knife and then jammed accidentally when I was pulling it out of the box, pulling the box out. I jammed that in there and I split the already cut. This knife, my knife design, is so smooth it felt. There we go. I don't have time for that. I'm in a shitty mood anyway. So this is the best strop I've gotten in a long. I've had custom strops. Used to be that you would get strops. The production strops that you would get, they weren't that good. This is an American company. These are made in Ukraine. These are really, really nice. I was very, very surprised at how much I like this strop. Right? It's a really good one. I like having just a bare leather strop because I have loaded strops. You can get pretty far with just a regular leather strop. Now that we're back to the topic, since I had troll throw me off track. Should have just ignored it, but it's not happening today. You can definitely use this before your knife gets to the point that you need to use a stone. This should be your first stage. So if you use your knife throughout the day and you get home and it just doesn't feel quite as sharp, see if just a raw leather strop, just bare leather, not loaded, will bring that edge back up. If that doesn't work, then I recommend going to a loaded strop like this, which right now it's got chromium oxide on one side and 12 micron diamond emulsion on this side. So you have a double side, and this one is fit for recurves. I just make sure I split my load down the middle, kind of like when you're, never mind. Never mind, I was going to make a sexual breast reference. I think you guys know where it was going. If a loaded strop, if the bare leather strop doesn't do it, a loaded strop doesn't do it, then yes, a ceramic rod is the easiest of the two. And if you're going to just have something for honing, just to touch up the edge, you don't really want to do too much. You didn't split your load. You got twins. These, if you're good at freehand sharpening, these Spyderco ultrafine ceramic plates are a great hone. And we're gonna look at some stones as Christmas gifts. Yeah, that is bleeding everywhere again. That sucks. That sucks. I broke the liquid bandage that was holding that together. And if you question somebody that has a YouTube channel that all they do is handle knives, if you question that, like, oh, you're not a professional, you didn't cut yourself, that's a dumb thing to say, because the fact is, if you handle as many knives as guys like me and Jared and Scab, if you handle as many knives as we do, you're gonna cut yourself. There's just no way. Josh, 33025. That sounds like a prisoner number. Are you a prisoner? I mean, if you're married, I know how that is. What else? Oh, flashlights. Flashlights are a great gift item for the weirdo in your life, because like, I never really got into pens. I never really got into watches. I have one watch. I wear it every day, and it's really nice because if I leave my phone here at the house, which I am prone to do because I can be forgetful, it's like I don't even not have my phone, because this is the cellular model. I have the Apple Watch. I do have another watch that I have worn in the past, but this is typically, if I wear a watch at all, it's going to be this one. I never got into pens. I never got into some of the other like knife adjacent hobbies until I got this flashlight. And then I kind of got hooked on having a flashlight in my pocket. A flashlight in my pocket. An EDC flashlight is always going to be a good gift item. Lumen tops have some really good ones if you want to buy. Now these, I don't think you can get these specific models. These were done for mass drop by Lumen tops. This is their titanium one, and this was the brass, I think this is the brass one. Now I have two of the brass ones, and I have one titanium one. I have a brass one, my wife has a brass one, and my daughter has a titanium one. I don't know what a flashlight is. Not pleshlight, plash, P-L-A-S-H. I didn't get much sleep last night. Lamenting, I found out more information about the business that I was going to do a interview with, and I declined the interview. I can't, just so you guys know, I having a job where you're doing face-to-face marketing and it's not a quota or sales based or like commissions based, it's, at my age, it's not something I want the stress of. I want a set, like I want a set number of hours, a set amount of pay, and for me to be working 5 10-hour days and then a 6 hour, or a 5 10s and then an 8. I just can't do that. Not at 50, and for not for guaranteed, for non-guaranteed income. But flashlights are great. Lumen tops, if you're looking for a really nice little flashlight that is not a rechargeable, you might not like the idea of having like the lithium ion batteries because they might explode in your pocket and burn off your ding-a-ling. I get it. At this point, I'm 50, I don't care. Like it's it's not getting a lot of use anyway. Last person that touched me was me. It's not that I'm not interested in sex. It's just at this point in my life, I'm as interested in video games and cookies as I am in sex. But I digress. This is a nice little 3-setting. Click on, click off, click on to the next setting, click off, click on to the 3rd setting. Flashlight. And the batteries in them, these last forever. They don't use any. I think I've only ever changed the batteries in these once. Batteries in them when I got them, like 10 years ago. And then I changed the batteries in them recently because they would not go to the high setting. So, right? Great little flashlight, throw it in your pocket. Lumentops makes really nice stuff. The machining on all their stuff is great. But like I said, I think these specific models are no longer around because they were made specifically for mass drop. So, but there's other options out there. You guys know I've said it a bunch of times. Now, I have an Olight affiliate link down below. If one of my moderators would like to put a link to my Olight affiliate that's in the description of the video up, you can go to Olight and pick up, and that supports the channel. I'm going to sneeze, guys. Yeah, I definitely have allergies. You can pick up these, but this is the Arcfeld. I love this because not just that it's a good flashlight. Like, I have multiple Olight flashlights. I have this one, which is the Baton 3. I have the Warrior 3. The Baton 3 is cool because you can charge this case up, right? And then you can absolutely have this available. If you throw this in your pack, you charge this up the day before you leave. You throw it in your pack. You put the flashlight in your pocket. It's like an AirPods case. You use the flashlight all day. You come back. When you go to bed, put it in there, charge it up, right? And you can see it's charging. The case is fully charged. The flashlight is charging. It'll do that 3.7 times. Like more, like 3.5 times will charge it up. But the cool thing is everybody's like, oh, yeah, but you're going to put it in that. You're going to put it in there, and it's going to melt the top. Nope. It absolutely turns itself off in the case. When you close the lid, it's on. I didn't do anything. Turns it off. So really, really cool little flashlight. And like I said, if you're going on a camping trip, it's nice to have a flashlight. The batteries on these last forever. But if you're out on like a long trip, it might be nice to have one that you can charge without needing a battery bank. It's basically built into it. You just make sure that you charge this before you leave. I charge it about once a week just to top it off, just to make sure. But they also have this one. The reason I like this one is, that's what I was getting at. So this is the Baton 3. Nice little rechargeable. You can just use a magnetic cord to recharge this, just like any of the regular Olight charger cords for their flashlights. You can absolutely just use that and throw it on there. But like I said, you have this, that case. The reason that I like the Arcfeld is the shape. It's much more comfortable in pocket. Like when you're carrying it around, this sits a lot better. It's not as bright, but this is the Arcfeld UV, and it's got 2 different settings. You have UV and you have regular. So the UV is nice. I got news for you. If you're a hunter, it's really easy to find, if you're a bow hunter, it's really easy to find your arrow because the nocks on arrows are the same type of UV reactive material. It doesn't glow, but it definitely fluoresces. So if you happen to have a through and through and you want to recover your arrow, because I don't know if you've ever been a bow hunter, hunting deer, broadheads are very expensive. They're very expensive, and saving your arrows themselves are expensive. Finding your arrow, but finding your arrow also 9 times out of 10 will lead you to finding the blood trail for the deer that you need to track so that you can, recover your animal. But then it has a regular flashlight. It's got like several different settings. So you have low, medium, high, turbo, strobe, and it also has what's called moonlight, which is just, you can barely even see it, but a lot of times my wife is asleep because I snore so badly, and I have PTSD nightmares, and I use a CPAP. 9 times out of 10, my wife sleeps on the couch down here. And so when I come out of the studio, a lot of times she's in bed and all the lights are out. And it's nice to be able to just turn that on moonbeam, on moonlight, and then not have to turn on lights to navigate my way through the living room to get ready to go upstairs, take a shower, and go to bed. And typically I wake her up anyway, and I'm like, hey, you coming to bed, or are you going to sleep down here? So we've been married for like 25 years. You get that you reconcile yourself with the fact that you're not easy to sleep with, which I know I'm not easy to sleep with. Guys, if you're here, please drop a like. There are 34 people, only 19 likes. So other goofy things. So flashlights, the Olight stuff, yeah. Follow my Olight link down below. They always have sales throughout the holidays. I absolutely cannot recommend their flashlights highly enough. And if you have firearms, they also have some of the coolest under barrel mount, like your Picatinny rail mount flashlights. These ones are easy. And I had somebody complain, like, oh, that's going to last for like 6 shots before it falls off. I've put hundreds of rounds through my SIG with this flashlight and laser sight on it. The laser sight, it's not set the way I want it. So it has 3 settings. This is the Balder S. This is the Balder S. It has 3 different settings. This one is a green laser, combination laser and flashlight. You're not going to be able to see that because there we go. It's 2 different settings, combination laser and flashlight, and then just flashlight, right? It mounts really easy because this piece right here slides on and off. The light actually slides on and off of this. You put this on your Picatinny rail. Now, if you have a Picatinny rail, which is a 1913 style rail, you simply put that adapter in. You put this on the Picatinny rail. It would be easier to show you, but as we know, I got taken down for almost a week. You just put this on your Picatinny rail. You just simply push in on this. You line it up with the slot on the Picatinny rail you want it, and then lock this. Then you put your light on it. Sorry. You put your light on it, slide it to where it needs to be. Actually, it goes this way. Slide it back to where it needs to be, and then you just lock that in, and now it's on there where it's supposed to be. It is the easiest, and a lot of people are like, oh, that thing's just gonna, that is on backwards. I thought it was. I thought it was on backwards. A lot of people are like, well, that's just gonna come flying off after I have put hundreds of rounds through my Sig Sauer with this on it and never had an issue. And I have yet to have the laser lose its targeting. It might be slightly off, but that depends on how good I'm shooting that day. So the Olight pistol lights, if you know somebody that's got, they have them for rifles, pistols. They have a red dot. They have I think they have a blue laser now, and they have this green one, which is my personal favorite because green is just the easiest to see and pick up at distance. So, like I said, I have an Olight affiliate link down below. Rickert! We're doing, bro. We're doing. Rickert's one of the paying members. He just dropped a super chat. I hadn't said anything about super chats yet. I usually wait till about an hour in to remind you guys that channels are not free. They don't run themselves, but like if you want to support, you can drop a super chat. But Rickert just kind of brought it up a little early. Next thing, because I don't think I'm going to run this for a real long time. It might only be an hour. I am tired. It's been a big day. It's been a big day, and I had some disappointment in my day. There are a lot of us goofball weirdos out there, like myself, that collect cool bottle openers. I have several. I lost some. I don't know where the rest of them are. I had a whole collection of really, really cool bottle openers. I have this one, which is a titanium beverage cleaver done by Wasteland Oddities. Wasteland Oddities, I haven't heard much from them or seen anything from those guys in a while. They made some of the coolest stuff out there. This, put it on a key ring, beverage cleaver. It's a bottle opener. This one is a Fair and Forged Knife Works sword. You open it on either side with this. It's a sword. Made in the USA, done by, these were both done by the same place, SDPM. You may be able to find some of these somewhere. Reach out to Elliot Williamson. I know he has some of these. He actually threw a handful of these away. He was so mad. He had these done as a Kickstarter, and there was a box of these sitting around the shop, and I was like, oh, I should probably buy one. And he throws it at me. He's like, just fucking take it. Nobody else bought one. Why should you? He's like, he's like, no one's been buying them. Just take one. And then he threw a whole bunch of them away. He just got tired of looking at them. You may be able to reach out to them and see if they have any of these. I think these were like 15 or 20 bucks. It's titanium. This one's anodized blue. It's a bottle opener sword. Now you can get these. My buddy made this for me, but you can get these now. You can buy these. This is a 50 BMG round that has been converted into a bottle opener. So that's in my drawer. And I mean, I have some other, like pry bars typically have got a bottle opener built into them. If you can find this is the best pry bar. Knives and pizza. I responded to your comment yesterday. Oh, I'm really tired. I shouldn't have eaten before I did this. I ate too. So I got that, I hadn't eaten anything all day, and then I ate a bit, like I only eat once a day. So I'm like, I'm just going to eat early. And I'm like, oh, now I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. I ate too much, and it'll be the only thing I eat today. This is the Cerberus Knives pry bar. This one's really cool. This is glow in the dark. That's a glow in the dark thing. So if you're looking for it, if you drop it in the dark, you can find it. Glows blue. This is a really cool one. This is probably the best pry bar I've ever had. It's got a lynch clip on it, so it's got the same. It's got a really, really nice pocket clip. You can put it in your pocket. This one's done in 3V. And it does have a coating on it so it doesn't rust. You can see it's kind of got a gray look to it. It's because it was blasted and then coated with a clear ceramic. So this is the nicest pry bar I have. I have several others. You can get some other really nice ones. This one's one that's done by, you can see here, BladeWX.com. It's a nice little one. You put it on your keychain. Doesn't have pocket clip. It's a little keychain one, but it's a nice little one. This is the one this one fits my little setup for my shims on my sharpening thing that when we do sharpenings live on the channel. But this looks like an actual crowbar and just shrunk down. So that's a nice one. And this one qualifies as a multi-tool. Do I have any spinning tops? I do not. I just never, I was like, that's going to get lost because they don't sit flat. Like all of my fidget things, they sit flat on the workbench. This is the Enigma multi-tool by Rat Bastard. This is a really, really nice one. This one is titanium, and it has a pair of tweezers on it, but it's got the pry bar end. It's got an edge here on it that you can actually use. Like if you push down, you can open plastic packages and things with it. Mine probably doesn't work anymore because I used it a bunch of times on stuff and it doesn't have the sharp point that it did when I first got it. You can put a Torx bit in it. Put a Torx bit in it and use that as a bit driver if you want. And then, like I said, bottle opener on it. And then this has really a very, very good pair of tweezers. this is like, if a lot of guys that go, like if they get a piece of metal in their finger or something, they go raid their wife's like makeup bag to get a good pair of tweezers. These are actually better than anything my wife has. They are really, really nicely done tweezers. And I have more than once pulled a piece of metal out of my thumb with these. They used to ride around when I would make knives. They used to ride around because you would get little burrs of metal and stuff. They would ride around in my apron that stayed at the knife shop. And specifically for the purpose that I would use the tweezers on this to pull pieces of metal out of my hand. So, but now that I don't make knives, they stay here. So, I'm sure there's a couple other things that I wanted to show you guys, but like I said, oh, bit drivers, if you got friends that are into knives. No, Rat Bastard. Nathan, Rat Bastard. Rat Bastard. Nathan, he's the one that gave me this. He made this. These were... He also owns Tempered Trails. So you hear me talk about it in the end of all of my videos, Tempered Trails. That's my buddy Nathan's company. They have almost indestructible laces for boots. He also had a bunch of goofy stuff. He made these. This was like a combination bottle opener. It had three different size hex bits and a knuck built into it. So these things are cool. I dig this a lot. I refinished mine. I redid mine. So mine is bronze titanium on the front, then blue on the sides, and then I gave it a very, very coarse surface finish. So yeah, but that's pretty much what I got. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, I did have one other thing. I had these set aside. These, and you don't have to get these ones specifically. These were a gift. I still have 3 left. I'm using the last one of the first 3 I got. These are Scout Books, I think is the company. Oh, well, can't get that back in there. I shouldn't have taken it out. I should just pull this one here that sits here, the one that I'm using. These were, these are the Scout Books. Now I have, these are, you can get these from Grimsmo Knives. They have their thing because they make the Saga pins, so they send these and you can get these and it's like, write your Saga because they make the Saga pin. But Scout Books are really nice. They're a great thing to have in your pocket because they don't have lines, they have a grid pattern. So if you happen to need to, like, if you're making a map, which bushcrafters do from time to time, like your map, you can draw it out on a grid pattern and put distances and things like that and landmarks. But you can also use it just like a regular notebook. You can use the grid pattern like lines. It's easy to stay within them and things like that. But there's a lot of things that they come in handy for. Phone numbers, stuff like that. And just having a notebook in general is a really nice thing. And these are done with recycled cardboard exteriors, like and then they're just simply paper, and they're 100% recyclable. But you can get these. You can get these a lot of places. I currently have this one. This was the last. I had a pack of 3 that was given to me. I used 2 of them. That's the 3rd one, and then I was just recently here, not too long ago, given 3 more. So they are really, really handy. And I had something set out for the purpose of showing, and I can't find it, and I'm not going to dig around for it because, to tell you the truth, guys, my head really, really hurts. And so I think I'm going to end this. So it probably would be cheaper, Rickert, for you to just get them yourself than to have me ship them to you. Getting them directly from them than for me to order them and then send them to you is probably going to be way cheaper for you. So, yeah, I just wanted to basically let you guys know that I got my permissions to stream back from YouTube, and I'm gonna take something because, yeah, I got a bad headache. I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. So, guys, I just did want to do this. Like I said, we did the one knife options. I will keep you guys in a loop as to when the prototypes will be dropping, when the actual production version will be coming. You're going to see a couple people talking about these. Right now, one of the prototypes is with Bobby DeMarco. Bobby's probably going to do a video about that. You're probably going to see it with Jim Skelton. And then once those knives release, I will be letting you guys know. I'm going to try and reach out to these guys today and find out when these are releasing. But these are an S90V fat carbon fiber. This one is in the Mars Valley fat carbon fiber, titanium S90V, but they are a full recurve. Now this one does have a secondary bevel. Not that that really matters. It's just, it looks real shiny because I've been using it and then stropping it and things like that. So these things are great. Like I said, that's what bit me. So they are sharp and they are, that's a prototype. That's not even the final version. That's not even the finalized. That is the prototype. So about 9 inches, a little bit more, just under 4-inch blade. So probably just about 3.5-inch cutting length, but I'm gonna go, guys. I am actually, I'm feeling more and more like shit as this draws on. So I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys later. I may do this on Saturday, but you'll have a video going up tomorrow. Now that I know I can upload, I'll probably film tomorrow and upload. Oh, last thing I was gonna recommend. You can't go wrong with a really, really nice slip joint for almost everybody. This is the Sweetwater Creek. This is the Sweetwater Creek Senator and Stag, done by Rosecraft. You can save 10% at Rosecraft Blades if you use my coupon code crazysharp. Also works at KATSU Knives, who's making these prototypes. They have great stuff. If you're looking for a gift, go check them out over there. It's all Crazy Sharp, all one word. Fair & Forge Knife Works has a knife sale that's going on. I believe you can stack my coupon with the sale. They have a sale that's going on, but you can save 10% on top of that, I believe, with my coupon code. And then KATSU Knives and Rosecraft Blades. So you can save 10% on. I don't make anything on a sale of these. If you're looking for one of these, you can just go get them. But like a good, classy slip joint. They have a lot of slip joints. I recommend this one for most of your traditional knife lovers. They're going to enjoy that one and this traditional Barlow. So really, really well done. So if you are looking for a knife, for most people, a good slip joint is going to take them back to some childhood memories if they're older. And they've got some of the best ones. And then just simply a really good Swiss Army knife. You can get these on Blade HQ with my Blade HQ link down below. That supports the channel. I do make money when you guys buy things there. All right, I gotta get off of here. I can barely keep my eyes open. I just suddenly, I can see the bags under my eyes. I was like, you look like shit. And it's because I didn't sleep last night. So, all right, guys, I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. See you in the next live feed. Video going up tomorrow.